Hi, I'm Dr. Jeffrey Zeig, and I'm the director and the founder of the Milton H. Erickson Foundation. In 1973, I came to this house. It's the home of Milton Erickson. I came to learn about his therapy, to discover the magic of some of the secrets of his hypnosis, some of the secrets of his uncommon therapy. And what I encountered was this very modest home. The home is now a museum. It's part of the nonprofit and charitable activities of the Milton H. Erickson Foundation. When you come to Phoenix, this is a place that you can visit. You can learn something about Erickson, the person, how he lived, what some of the things were that were really important to him. I'll give you a little tour. This is the home. It's a very modest home in a very modest part of the Phoenix neighborhood, and Dr. Erickson lived here for the last 10 years of his life. This is the backyard, and that's a Palo Verde tree. It's a specimen Palo Verde tree, a beautiful tree and one of Dr. Erickson's favorites. The garden that he traversed every day when he went from the main house into the guest house. In the house, you'll see some of the things that were truly important to Dr. Erickson, especially his Ironwood Collection. Dr. Erickson was a wood carver. He enjoyed wood carving, and due to the ravages of polio, he could no longer carve wood anymore. He collected wood. And that's a portrait of Mrs. Erickson. At the museum, you'll find some displays. You'll see the clock that was in Dr. Erickson's office. If you listen to some of the old tapes of him in his office in the 50s and 60s, you could hear that in the background. You'll see some of the anthropological items that he enjoyed. He was quite fond of anthropology, recommended that every therapist learn about anthropology. In the display cases, we have Dr. Erickson's report card from college, the wedding tie that his father wore when he was married, and memorabilia that have been donated by the Erickson family, also by myself, some of the gifts that I received from Dr. and Mrs. Erickson. The Erickson family has taken great interest in preserving the Erickson home, and it was by virtue of the Mrs. Erickson bequesting the home to the foundation that the foundation was able to make it into a museum. This is the letter that I typed that we sent out to the attendees of the First International Congress on Ericksonian Approaches to Hypnosis and Psychotherapy. And Robert Erickson, one of Erickson's sons who lives in Phoenix, donated this jacket. In the little house, Dr. Erickson held teaching seminars. People came from all over the world to sit at his feet and to hear him spin stories and demonstrate hypnosis. And this is Dr. Erickson's office, very much the way that it was when he practiced. He died on March 25th of 1980, and there was still a group that was waiting for him to teach the following week. And you'll be able to see the green chair where the patient sat, and the office is very modest, but this is a place where hypnosis was invented. Hypnosis came out of this office. Again, lots of curios, anthropological items, and things that Dr. Erickson used in his therapies and also when he was teaching students. And lots of books that were dedicated to him because the authors were so grateful for what they learned from Dr. Erickson. So when you come to the museum, you will have an opportunity to learn something about who Dr. Erickson was, not just as a practitioner, but especially who he was as a person. The Erickson Foundation is very grateful for the efforts of Roxana Erickson and Christina Erickson and other members of the Erickson family. They have taken a lot of pride in putting together some of the displays that are part now of the museum. Also, Seal Gratz has been Mrs. Erickson's caretaker, and she's the caretaker for the Erickson Museum and Home. So we hope that when you come to Phoenix, you'll take some time and come to 1201 East Hayward and visit the Milton H. Erickson Museum. Thank you so much.